All right, everyone, welcome back into another fantasy golf video. Going to be breaking down round 2 here of the VALERO Texas Open, talking about my favorite showdown plays as well as all the best bets for round 2. Now, guys, we got to start with a quick recap from round 1. So round 1, first round leader-wise, it seemed like we were sitting pretty after Keith Mitchell shot a -8 because the next best round was at -6, and then the next best round after that was -4 at the time. Okay, we did have some golfers in the PM wave get to -5 as well, Jordan Spieth and Carson Young, but Sam Ryder had a career round to lose that, birding on 18 to continue the season-long tilt of the 18th hole, just doing us in, guys. It is freaking crazy. Okay, we've only cashed one full first-round leader bet on the year, which we're still up. This is not too much of a complaint. Like, we're still up. I think 50-plus units still might be down to like 48 still first-round leader betting-wise. But it's super tilting because the one first-round leader one that we had is kind of one that we probably shouldn't have had. Kevin Roy, like I believe it was 80-1 or so, ends up paying that. Kind of seemed like lucky there because heading into his like closing back nine, it didn't seem like he would have the first-round lead. The other 5 times that we've been there, it literally had seemed like we were going to win. You know, Keith Mitchell bogeying 2 holes in a row, 17 and 18, just 3 weeks ago. Keith Mitchell giving himself multiple birdie tries at the end, including his chip on 18 that got pretty close. Just needed a little bit more oomph on it just for Sam Ryder to do that, who I am on as a GPP only play, as a mid-exposure play as well. Just tilting there. And if you look at like the main sites as well, Max Graceman double bogey, I haven't forgot about that one. Rico Hoy quadruple bogey on 18. Like, just it's annoying there. Again, not too much of a complaint. That is like part of the variance of it all, but man, that one did hurt today. Not gonna lie. Again, still up, but hurts. Okay. That being said, I mean, it was a good day today. I mean, that's another round again where we're right there for a first round lead. If you guys are betting maybe top 5s for first round leader, you were sitting very good there. Again, I think those are great options. Just to reiterate, guys, like if you are betting first round leader bets, you probably also should be doing T5s and T10s as well, just because it's there. Like last week, Ming Lee had 3 bogeys in his round. To not have the first round lead, that was tilting. But we are continuing to have a golfer either take down the first round lead or be runner up, which is, you know, we're good there. Like in the long term, that should play out pretty well for us. And then just real quickly, guys, as well, since we're doing the recap, 2 for 2 with the PrizePicks bet of the day. That was a pretty nice hit. And then 3-ball bets go 2 for 2 and then 1 push, 1 chop there. With the tie. So not a bad day 3-ball betting wise, and we are actually getting plenty of good 3-ball bets as well. We'll get into that in just a second. But yes, let's kind of just take a peek at this leaderboard, guys. What are the cut sweats? We actually have a bunch of cut sweats coming in for round 2. Okay, Corey Connors -1, Danny McCarthy, Patrick Hanley -1, Ludwig -1, Keegan -1, Hideki +1, Akshay, who again was more of a GPP only play, +2. So there's a pretty massive cut sweat going on right now. And hopefully we're good. Right now, as it sits, I got a bunch of 6 for 6 lines, probably the most I've had all year. Victor Perez is probably my biggest sweat, who's currently even par +65 right now on the number. Probably the biggest sweat, but fingers are crossed. It's seemingly looking like it's going to be a very solid week thus far. Hopefully, again, fingers are crossed there. Let's go ahead and take a peek here, and let's just to make me a little bit more mad, let's just take a peek at some putting stats there from Sam Ryder. So who is the golfer that's going to be the most likely to regress in their putting stat? It's obviously going to be Sam freaking Ryder, who gained 5.31 strokes putting today. Keith Mitchell, only 2.53. Okay, obviously, if you're going to have the first round lead, you're going to have a good putting day, but that is just frustrating. Clearly, that's an outlier there. I mean, obviously, they're going to be outliers, but that one just being that much of an outlier. Like, I would have been fine with a chop there, whatever. Just tilting there. But yeah, he's someone that's obviously due to regress putting-wise. We'll flip this around and see which ones are due to maybe putt better in round 2. Probably Keegan Bradley. Keegan Bradley, he made an eagle early on in his round, and it seemed like, and then he had a very good shot into a par 3, like 8 feet away. It seemed like, all right, Keegan's going to be the one I have to worry about, honestly. That was my first thought for the Keith Mitchell one. Misses that putt and then starts to miss a bunch of short ones there as well. Typically speaking, he's not someone that's massively gained strokes putting, but yeah, almost -2 strokes putting there. So we can expect him to probably putt better. Lee Hodges is someone that didn't play terribly, but he's someone that also could improve putting there as well. So I'd like to see that popping up there for him. So we have some good stuff that I think to look forward to there for round 2. And so with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into round 2. And I'm actually kind of curious. I want to take a peek at win rank to start right now. Okay, seeing if maybe we could potentially get on some live bets. So as it currently sits, it's Keith Mitchell, then Ryder, then Jordan, then Harman, surprisingly, then Fleetwood. Okay, so interesting there. I don't think you need to jump on any live bets there, but you know, Keith Mitchell has had now 3 really good round ones, but this is the best play that he's been over the past 3 weeks as well. So I don't know. It wouldn't be shocking to see him win. I don't think I need to get there, but let's go ahead and take a peek at showdown plays. Okay, so round 2 showdown plays. Corey Connors is going to be someone that's really popping there as well. He made 4 birdies. Obviously didn't get the 5. That's why we were able to cash our PrizePicks slip, but a little bit too many bogeys. And so could he clear that up? He could. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a good low round, but the nice thing about round 2 showdown is a lot of the top plays are players that were, you know, decently expected to play well that didn't play well in round 1. So typically speaking, we get that spike round out of them. We actually saw it happen a bunch last week as well in round 2, where unfortunately wasn't enough for a lot of the golfers to make the cut, but they played much better than they did in round 1 with the round 2 rounds. And so we are seeing that with a lot of these golfers here as well. So we don't really have to get cute with it, guys. We can just stick to the top plays and we should be staying pretty there. And so we'll go ahead here and just take a peek at the round 2 showdown plays. We're going to have to click on that tab. It's defaulting to the Masters right now. And as always, we have to give it 2 data points to go off of. So if you want to get to Tommy Fleetwood, you can. It is going to get to Ludwig a decent amount and Corey Connors a decent amount, it appears. We're just going to generate this again so you guys can get a general feel for it to see what maybe the optimal lineup is looking like here. And so looking at Akshay, Hideki, Keegan, Gary Woodland, the data likes Gary Woodland a decent amount. I see him more as a GPP only play. And same thing with Oleson as well. I don't think we need to get there. Honestly, I'm probably going to reduce. Now, I did this last week as well, guys. And I say every single week my biggest regret is doing this. Should probably learn. But I probably don't want to get to those 2 that much. Okay, so like Gary Woodland, I don't know, maybe 20% I think I'd be fine with. And then like Oleson, you know, definitely don't need to get to him that much. Maybe 15 for him. Kurt Kitayama, maybe 15 for him as well. Charlie Hoffman, probably 15 as well. So, like, obviously, we wouldn't be getting 100% max exposure, probably doing like 30% max exposure, 2 or 3 unique players, depends on kind of your randomness that you guys want to factor in. But that's how I'm going to go about operating there. But I wanted to show you guys kind of what it's looking at. Obviously, you can make some pivots. It likes Oleson simply because of the price tag, it seems like. Same thing there with Gary Woodland. There's going to be some other pivots you can get to, but you guys got the general feel for round 2 showdown. Obviously, if you guys want access to this, you can head on over to 95sports.com, get access to this tool and all the tools for just $10 a month. But let's go ahead and jump on into the round 2 3-ball bets. All right, guys, so we are getting plenty of good round 2 3-ball bets here, almost too many. Now, a lot of that is due to us having some tie bets that we're going to go ahead and take off. So if you type in tie, you can just filter those off, click off of those, and then we're down to just the normal bets that we'd be targeting. I'm kind of going back to my traditional style of doing the 3-ball bets rather than kind of targeting bets that are really good edge bets. I want to be targeting the bets that are over 40% likelihood or better to hit. And we saw that do really well now the past 3 times I've done that. Okay. And so maybe a little bit mistake on my part for doing that in the past. Apologies for that. Basically, we're pushing way too much with the 3-ball bets. And so I'm kind of okay chasing the golfers that are the most likely to win, even though the Vegas odds are already adjusting for that. Okay. So like Saladina here, I'm fine getting to him. Okay. So not the best odds, but still fine. Keith Mitchell, if you want to go back to that, well, you could. Ryan Gerard, Bud Colley still, Jasper Svensson popping up in there. We have almost too many. Okay. That's the issue that we're going to have here. And so guys, I probably am just going to, it's a lot of bets, but I'm probably just going to go with all these bets that are 40% likelier or better to hit. And obviously, hopefully we just end up on the plus side of that. Again, going back to this is how we had the really good success there for really the first month of the fantasy golf season. Fingers crossed that, this ends up working as well. We're just getting plenty here as well. I wish I could narrow it down a little bit. And you can still sort by the edge if you guys want to do that. But I'm kind of fine with it. All right, guys, so taking a peek at some of the best head-to-head bets that we have. As always, I want to start with the sportsbook ads, just seeing where we are getting any plus EV bets and seeing if that matches up with the 9 to 5 data. We're not exactly getting any of those, and we're really not getting that many plus EV bets as a whole. So looking at the 9 to 5 edge here, we have Keith Mitchell beating Tony Finau at minus 105 on FanDuel. That's a very strong bet there. Matt Fitzpatrick beating Bud Colley. That's a bet that I don't want to get to be honest with you. Not worth it. Not worth it to me. Harry Hall beating Ben Griffin, I'm fine with at -105. Okay, so we're seemingly getting just a few good bets there on FanDuel. Going to go that route as well. So a lot of 3-ball bets, only going to give you guys 2 head-to-head bets. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into the PrizePicks and Underdog prop bets. And so looking at, guys, I do want to take a peek at where we are getting some prop line differences, because we are getting a decent amount of 0.5 prop line differences. Okay, so it is funny. Sam Ryder's line on PrizePicks is 72. The first round leader that had his career round that we all know is due to regress in round 2. Just kind of interesting there that he's there. I will say Keegan Bradley shooting 1 under par. I'm happy to get there. Danny McCarthy to shoot 1 under par. I'm happy to get there. Okay, like I don't really get these lines. I know they're all basically 50-50 splits here. That's what the day is telling us. But jeez, Corey Connors as well. And what's fascinating here, guys, is that there's no like big weather issues, and so these golfers that did shoot -1 and -2, I don't really get these lines. There's a few of the best golfers in the field that are expected to play well as well. You could toss an Akshay in there as well. I know he was +1 or +2, but he's expected to play better. You would expect him to play better. Fascinating. I like these. I like the ones that I have highlighted here as underbets. We'll see if Betr has these. And we are not, guys, but my favorite bet then would just be doing these 3. Right now, these are not being discounted too much on PrizePicks as well. You could run this out as a 3-slip bet, but really the best option would be to just pair these up together and just do 3 separate slips to, just ensure, a pretty decent day. And then that way it's not getting discounted as much. But 3 solid bets there for PrizePicks. Now, that being said, when we sort of bet the 9-to-5 edge, guys, we're being told to bet a bunch of these over birdie or better prop bets, which I'm actually okay with. I think this is a good route to go. Jake Knapp over 3.5 birds or better. Akshay, again, expected to play better. Don't mind that. So we could just be loading up on these as well. I want to start with the prop line differences, but we can get to these bets as well. Perfectly happy to get to those ones. Should be solid. And so obviously you guys could run those bets out there on Underdog as well if you guys choose to do so. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys want access to any of the tools that you saw in this video, make sure to head on over to 9to5sports.com. Get access to all the fantasy golf tools as well as all the prop tools on the site for just $10 a month. Take advantage of that. Great deal. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck. And as always, let's keep cashing.